I
So
think.
I'm covered in like oil for dry skin. I don't know if it's the weather or I don't know what it is, but my skin is like flaking off my body like a snake. So anyway,
Shedding
welcome.
your skin.
Yes. Welcome back to another episode of Tell Me Where I'm Going Wrong. It's a podcast where two exes who are still really good friends talk about pop culture, politics, snake skin shedding off their bodies, and lots of other things. I'm Sean, and the other host is Josh. Hello, Josh. How are you?
Hi, Sean. I'm okay, thank you. I'm a little sad because I just found out 5 minutes ago that Catherine O'Hara died today. And that was unexpected, sad news. So I've just been reminiscing about some of my favourite Catherine O'Hara performances, mostly Schitt's Creek as Moira Rose, but also 6 Feet Under as well. But apart from that, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. There's some sort of flashing light in the room, and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's the light bulb in my bedroom is just flashing like poltergeist.
Do you need to go and turn it off? Maybe you don't want to start a fire, do you?
No, it's all right. I think that there's poltergeist because I was coming home from being out before, and I looked up. We're on the 4th floor, and I looked up, and I knew Hill was home, but I could see what I thought was our flat. I could see the two main rooms, like the bedroom and the lounge room, the lights were out, and it looked like the light was on in the kitchen, and I thought I could see Hill in the kitchen. And so I looked up, and I even waved, thinking he might see me, even though it was dark and raining outside. And then I came in, and I got up to the flat, and all of the lights were out, and I came into the bedroom, and Hill was in bed under the blankets, half asleep. And so I thought that there might have been ghosties in the kitchen cooking
don't get me started about ghosts because I'll make the whole episode about ghosts.
Well, I thought there were ghosts cooking up an Alfredo in the kitchen or something, or doing the dishes. And
Is that what ghosts make? Is that the preferred food of ghosts?
I was just
Alfredo.
thinking, just something. What would be a ghost palate? What would they like?
I have no idea. No idea. Yeah. Anyway, so Hill was asleep? No, Hill was okay.
Yeah, but half asleep, and then I accused him of being in there and running to the bedroom, and
maybe
then
you time traveled.
Well, he then got all scared about that there were ghosts in the house because being Mexican, him and his family are very superstitious.
Well, I know even your skeptical, cynical bones, you still have had some unexplained phenomena in your life, haven't you? Like when we were in the Blue Mountains that time, and also when you stayed in Hill's grandma's bedroom or something, or great grandma's bedroom. So yeah, I believe there's more in heaven and earth than can be explained in one lifetime. To quote Agent Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks.
Well, to get on to our first topic, what cannot be explained with any reasonable or logical explanation is the state of Nicki Minaj and her ridiculousness. What have you heard or seen about her in the news over the last few weeks?
She's not been on my radar. And then I was scrolling through Instagram the other day and I just saw this press conference where she was introducing Donald Trump. Well, I don't know if she was introducing him. She was just standing in front of him talking and saying what an incredible human he was. And I was just like, what on earth? Like, what the actual fuck is going on?
Yeah, it is very upsetting to a lot of people, mostly because she has been held up as a champion for queer people, and obviously people of color and immigrants to the US and women and all variations of those categories as well. And to see her publicly siding with somebody who is a fascist
but not only siding with them, but going in 5,000% and telling the world what an incredible human he is.
Yeah, I mean, the press conference she was at, she was saying, I am Donald Trump's number one fan in the world, and that's not going to change no matter what anybody says. Have you seen that?
What the hell's going on in her head?
There's a lot of speculation from the fans about what's going on. Her husband has been involved in some sort of child underage sex thing or child pornography or something.
Hmm.
Her brother, I think, is currently incarcerated based on some sort of child sex crime. And I think people are saying she's angling for presidential pardons for them both.
Okay.
Also, I believe that Nicki Minaj arrived to the
Well,
US.
that's okay then.
Yeah. I believe she arrived to the USA as an undocumented immigrant herself when she
Really?
was very young. I believe that's the case. And the other day at this press conference, Donald Trump gave her one of those ridiculous Donald Trump gold cards. Have you seen them? That you can pay a certain amount of money. It's either 1 million or 2 million US dollars to the Trump administration, and they will give you a permanent residency card that looks a gold card with his face on it. And she posted a photo of her holding her gold card that he gave her. It is like
Do you know what? I
a
think
parody.
we'll have to move on. I just can't. I just can't. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing anyone can say. It's just the world has entered a new phase of absolute fucking batshit.
And then a few weeks ago, did you see she was on stage with Erika Kirk,
No,
Charlie Kirk's widow?
I haven't seen anything about Nicki Minaj in any of my news timelines, feeds, whatever, for years until
Yeah.
just the other day when that thing with Trump popped up. But what was
Yeah,
she
well,
doing with Erica?
she was on stage at do you know how Charlie Kirk had this organization called Turning Point USA?
Mm,
And it's like this right-wing activist organizing group that would, wrangle young people, especially young men,
mhm.
into being right-wing fanatics. And since Charlie Kirk was shot, unalived,
Allegedly.
yeah, well, unalived, as the kids say, to not get demonetized. His widow, Erika Kirk, has taken over the organization. And she had a rally the other day or a conference or whatever Third Reich business was going on. And she had brought out Nicki Minaj as a special guest on stage. And they were holding hands and talking about how much they believed in the mission. Ludicrous, like absolutely ludicrous. And
It's a cult, isn't it? Like it is a
yeah,
cult. All of it.
and um, Nicki Minaj was just, saying nonsense. It is so unbelievable. Like she seems so um, duplicitous about it. It just seems like she's after things. I don't know what, whether that's pardons for criminal husband or brother, or she wanted this gold card, or whatever it was, whatever it is that she's after, or maybe she's hard up for money. There's a lot of speculation amongst the Barbs, which is the nickname for the
Hmm.
fans, collective fans of Nikki, that she doesn't have any money and that she's run out of money, and that she's doing all sorts of deals with the Trump administration to get money as well. But she made like a bit of a faux pas on stage where she was talking about how much she loves JD Vance, and she said that he is an assassin. She said this to Erika Kirk. She said, "I love JD Vance. He's an assassin," which just a month or two after Erika Kirk's husband was
But
assassinated,
why would she say that?
because it was like sort of she's talking about how he's a badass, like he's a killer, he's an assassin, like trying to say how good JD Vance is.
I don't think we should
So,
waste our time or anyone else's time giving Nicki Minaj more airspace.
well, can we then change topic then similarly, but in
Sure.
a different country and talk about Holly Valance?
God, fucking hell, no. Can't we just consign her to fucking Nicki Minaj hell?
Have you seen the news about Holly Valance?
I have. I've not listened to the song. I will not listen to the song.
Okay, I listened to the song for the
Well,
sake
just
of
for the sake
research.
of our viewers and listeners who may not know, A, who Holly Valance is, and B, what
Okay.
she's done.
Holly Valance is a Z grade Australian celebrity who became famous in Australia by being on a soap opera. She was on a soap opera called Neighbours, which was famous for having other celebrities get their start on there, like Kylie Minogue, um,
Jason Donovan,
Natalie Imbruglia,
Stephen Dennis,
Stephen Dennis,
Craig McLachlan.
the Blakeney twins.
But
And
no, also oh, other
Guy
serious
Pearce.
actors.
Guy
Guy
Pearce
Pearce,
was
yeah,
on
Guy
there.
Pearce, yeah.
One of the Hemsworth, or no, he was on Home and Away. I don't know.
I don't know.
But so anyway, Holly Valance. I've found out that some people pronounce it Valance, but in
Oh,
Australia, growing up, we always said Holly Valance.
Valance, yeah.
As the pipeline from D grade soap opera star in Australia to tragic pop star is a very busy highway. And she made that leap, or attempted to, and she had a bit of a big hit with a song called Kiss Kiss. And it was, she was a very big celebrity in that realm of sexy lads magazines like FHM and what was that other magazine called that used to Loaded. Loaded. And she would often be half undressed or in a bikini on the front of these magazines. She also had a couple of songs that were like half hits. She has gone so far right wing. She married a billionaire who is an extremely right wing person. And I mean extremely right wing. And she has become involved in all sorts of COVID conspiracies, supporting Donald Trump. And now she is supporting a right wing politician, extremist politician in Australia called Pauline Hanson. And I don't even know how to tell this story, but Pauline Hanson has had this movie made, and it is an animated movie, a parody about wokeism or whatever she's referring it to as.
But Pauline Hanson, outside of Australia, is probably not well known. She's a politician that's been around since the 90s, since the 1990s,
Yeah.
and has always run on a very right-wing, anti-immigration, I was going to say borderline racist, but just overtly racist
Yes.
platform. Like, that's been her thing. And she kind of ebbs and flows in and out of Australian politics. I don't even know what she is now. Is she actually elected to Australian
Yeah,
Parliament at the
yeah,
moment?
to the I think the Senate. Is she a senator?
Is
And
she a senator?
she's the leader of a I would say going to say fringe political party, but I think it's second in the polls now in Australia. And
Second?
yeah, I think so. I think it's in
Jesus
front of
fucking Christ.
the Liberal Party, yeah. And so she's released this ridiculous racist comedy animated movie. Um, so so terrible. I watched the trailer for it, and all of the reviews I've read of this movie have said it's unwatchable. Like, it is so badly made. Apart from it being atrocious politically, it is just a terrible, terrible movie. For some reason, Holly Valance has recorded the theme song for this movie, where she's making fun of trans people and indigenous people and queer people and immigrants. It is just the stuff of nightmares. And so there is this animated music video that I watched, and that goes along with this animated movie. And it's part of this, like, that famous favorite word of yours, in shittification of the world. But it's part of that, that tactic, and we've spoken about this before, where politicians use ludicrous, clownish behavior, buffoonery, to try and ingratiate themselves with members of the public.
Yeah.
So Boris Johnson was really successful at doing that.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was good at that. Nigel Farage is trying to do it. And Pauline Hanson she used to just be this fringe dwelling weirdo that people would ridicule, but they're now trying to position her as one of these class clown type of people. And by putting this song and this movie out, they're trying to make her seem like an Aussie larrikin, or somebody who's with a heart of gold, who likes a good laugh and isn't afraid to laugh at themselves. and it's very scary.
Well, I won't be watching it. I wish we could just consign Pauline, Holly, and Nicki to some sort of eternal hell.
Well, talking of like bad movies as well, have you seen that Melania Trump has a movie out in the
I have.
cinemas?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that they're saying that so few people are seeing it. There are screenings, most of the screenings have sold 0 tickets.
Who would want
What
to see that anyway?
Yeah,
Even
that's
if
what I was
you
gonna
were
say.
a Trump fan.
No.
Like, what the hell has Melania offered to the world? Like, absolutely fucking zero. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's
What
just the
other
world sickens me. It fucking sickens me.
what other
Like, can we talk
celebrities
about
can you
something positive?
well, what I wanna finish this by saying, what other celebrities can you think of that have done this really hard right swing, who've become, like, really problematic? I mean, there's people like, we talked about Ricky Schroeder, who was that kid that I
Yeah,
liked when I was a kid. He became
yeah.
really right wing. Um,
We didn't
like
talk about Bridget Bardot when she died, what, a month or two ago? We
Yeah,
didn't really talk about her on the podcast, did we? But she's somebody who said some horrid racist things, and
yeah.
Chrissy Hind leapt to her defense when she died that people were talking about her racism. And Chrissy Hind sort of jumped in the conversation and said, she was an incredible advocate for animal rights. And it's like, well,
Well,
so what?
Chrissy Hind also still defends Morrissey, so I think Chrissy Hind has got, a few problems as well.
Mm.
But, in the comments in one of our videos the other day, you said something about you love Taylor Dayne,
Mm.
and did you see my
She's not
comment
gone.
under it?
Oh no, what did you say?
I said you might wanna double check on that. Taylor Dayne did a concert at Mar-a-Lago, Donald
Oh
Trump's
no.
resort,
Oh
and
no.
when she was called on it, she said something like, "I just want to entertain people, I'm not about the politics,"
Oh,
and some
come
rid
on,
people
Taylor. Get it together. Prove your love.
And then, there's I mean, all sorts of, like, weirdos. What's Angelina Jolie's father's name?
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah.
John Voight.
John Voight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's way out there as well. I mean, you've got Roseanne Barr and whatever wacky train she got
That
on.
was that was the Ambien, Sue. It wasn't her, it was the Ambien.
And so it seems to be like some people, but I suppose it's not even like a certain level of fame, because some people who aren't even super famous go that way, and then some people who are mega famous go that way.
Well, I also, the thing about Nicki Minaj, I mean, what's she done lately? When was the last album she released? Like, has she released an album in the last 4 years?
Not in a while, but that's another sort of take that people are having on it, is that she is feeling embittered that other people have come up and stolen her sort of thunder, like Cardi B, Megan the Stallion, and
Mm.
she is sort of being
She's
sidelined.
irrelevant, Sue. She's irrelevant.
Yeah. Anyway, she's just really annoying. Why don't we talk about someone who is a nicer person? Why don't we talk about Catherine O'Hara? Why don't you explain
Okay.
to people who she is? Because we just mentioned at the top of the episode that
Mhm.
she passed away, and we only just found
Yeah.
out about it.
Just today it happened. Yeah. She was a Canadian actor, and she is, I would say, most famous for her role as Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek. But she's done so much work. She was in Home Alone, and Home Alone is one of those films I've never actually seen and have no desire to see.
No, I've never seen it. I've
Um,
only seen clips.
yeah, same. But apparently she's good in that. She's good in everything she's in.
But,
She
when you say that she's probably most famous for Schitt's Creek, I don't think that that's true. I think that she's probably more famous to a broader number of people for being in, like, what are those comedies like Best in Show and,
oh,
um,
like yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I've forgotten she was in that. Yeah.
like, I think more people who are
I
familiar with,
yeah.
or even more so than, Schitt's Creek, Beetlejuice. Like, I think that she would be
Yeah,
quite well
maybe, but
known for
no.
that.
But see, the thing is, Schitt's Creek. She was the star of Schitt's Creek. I mean, that entire series revolved around that character and her expressions and her accents and stuff like that. Like she was brilliant. Um,
Well, this
so I
but
think
this
Schitt's
list
Creek.
here says she was in Dick Tracy in 1990.
I have no memory of that. I love.
Home
She was
Alone.
brilliant in 6 Feet Under as well, which is the best show ever shown on TV, and that's a hill I will die on. But
Yeah, it's
yeah.
amazing. Also, do you know because she had such a close relationship with Tim Burton,
Hmm.
probably stemming from, Beetlejuice. She also did the voice of, Sally in that animated movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah, and, I'm thinking of also Waiting for Guffman was a
Hmm.
very, popular movie that she was famous for. Um, Best in Show, of course, which is quite funny. It's not really my sense of humor, but
It's
it was
got moments. Yeah.
yeah. Um, A Mighty Wind, the other one, from that same sort of stable of
I don't
actors
think I
who are
saw
all in
that.
those. Um, she was in Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. I've not seen that. Chicken Little. She did a lot of voice
Hmm.
work as well. But
But
for
she
your
was relatively young. I mean, she was only 70. What was she? 71?
is that
72?
young?
I think that's young.
I don't know, but yeah, she was in a
But six
lot of
feet, 6 feet under, she was very memorable in
oh,
her role in that.
hilarious.
Even though she was only in a few episodes, it was more the presence of the character, and then on the few occasions that she did appear in it, she just played it so well.
What do you
Um,
think what was appealing about her? Because she was a very enjoyable person to watch on the screen. What were her, characteristics that were enjoyable to watch?
I she just had such an incredible face, such an incredibly expressive face.
Mhm.
She could convey so much with a look or the movement of her mouth, and the range of voices that she could do. I mean, yeah, she was. Oh, yeah. It's very sad that she's not around anymore.
It says here she was in an episode of Married with Children playing female dog.
Well, she must have been so young then.
Well, didn't they have a dog in Married with Children who, didn't it one episode it talked to the camera? Do you remember what the dog's name was?
I don't remember that at all. No.
And it must have been an episode where it got a girlfriend or something, and she would have been the voice of
See,
it
I
because
never watched Married with Children. Wasn't even on TV in the UK. I only watched it as an adult on, I suppose, reruns on, I don't know, cable or something, or maybe when we spent time in the States. I'm not sure, but yeah, I never watched it when it was actually being made.
I really enjoyed it. It was problematic, but it kind of felt a little bit like they were in on the joke of why it was
Hmm.
problematic. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a fair reading of it, if that's what the TV show producers or creators were going for, but it felt, especially I suppose more in hindsight, the people
Hmm.
that were involved with it are people who I see as quite progressive people like Katie Segal, Ed O'Brien, Christina Applegate, and David Faustino. They don't seem to be very problematic people, and if you want to investigate their stance on a lot of things, they seem quite progressive.
Hmm.
And so I don't know if maybe I'm unfairly then remembering that the show was progressive because of who those people became and how I feel about them. But they
Hmm.
just did a little reunion of the cast of Married with Children on stage, and in a theater somewhere. Maybe it was televised by like E online, and
Okay.
Christina was unwell as she had a cane to assist, but the four of them were on stage together,
Is
and I
there
think
footage of this online? Do you know?
I
Or
think so. I haven't watched it yet, but
I'll
I
find.
think
I'll put it in the show notes.
David Faustino um, spoke about wanting to do it for Christina, like wanting to do it while they still could do it
Hmm.
and, be all together as sort of like a family again.
Hmm.
Um, Do you remember when our friend Laura and I got obsessed with David Faustino's rap career?
Oh yeah, vaguely.
And he opened a
I need
he
to
o-
tell you something about Laura in a second, but yeah.
oh, okay. He opened a club, like a hip hop rap club on like Sunset Boulevard, and I think he ran it with Nick Adler,
Oh my
and
God. Okay, yeah.
and and then David Faustino had a rap album that I don't know if I'm imagining this, but I think it was produced by Nick Adler. And it is so hilarious. And his single was called Told Ya,
Yeah, I
and
told ya. Yeah, I
I
remember
told
that
ya.
song.
And Laura and I had a plan to start a podcast together called Told Ya.
Hmm.
And I wrote, listen to the embarrassment of this. I wrote to Nick Adler and asked him if he could give us clearance to ask David Faustino if we could use that song as
Did you ever hear back?
as the theme song for a podcast that doesn't
That
exist.
doesn't and never has existed.
Yeah.
But that's yeah, I love it. But the thing I was going to say about Laura, we were talking. Was it last week or the week before? We were talking about favorite vegan beer fest memories,
yeah.
and I can't remember what year it was, but I think it was at Hackney Down Studios. We were doing the London Vegan Beer Fest there, and Laura and her husband Jonas were flying over from California, and they were flying via Iceland. It was one of these like Iceland Air, cheaper flights or whatever. And I think they
Yeah.
got delayed in Reykjavik. And so they had like all day. I don't remember. We had mobile phones in, but whatever. I don't remember what was going on. But we were just so busy. And then we were like, what happened to Laura and Jonas? They were going to come straight to the beer fest from the airport. And they literally pulled up in a London taxi as we were like kicking the last people out for the night.
And
Like they missed the
everything was
entire
packed up.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they missed the entire thing. And there wasn't even any beer left. I don't know how, but there wasn't even any beer left over because then I think I drove us all back to my dad's house in Ealing and we had to stop and buy like cheap, shitty, like 7-Eleven beer on the way back because there wasn't even any beer left over from the beer fest. So, but that said, it was so lovely. It's always so lovely to see Laura and Jonas. So,
I haven't
um,
seen them for so many years, like since before COVID.
oh yeah, when when we were living in Mexico, you went up to California and saw them, didn't you?
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, I love them both. Laura is one of those people that I just can't get enough of. I just feel so happy when I'm around her, and she is just like makes me feel good about myself. She is
Hmm.
just such a wonderful person and
She is.
so fucking funny. Like,
Yeah,
oh, I
yeah.
love her so much. Yeah, I'd really like to see her again, but I can't go to the US,
I need
so
to
I don't know
actually,
what's going to
yeah, I
happen.
need to actually get in touch with her and see if she wants to come to Dollywood in October.
She sometimes watches or listens to parts of this. I don't know if she watches the whole episode, so we'll maybe let her know that she gets a starring mention
She
in
gets more
this
air.
week.
She gets more airtime than Catherine O'Hara.
She gets more airtime than Melania Trump. And she'd probably sell more tickets to an
I,
autobiography movie about her life as well.
yeah, I saw that. I don't know. This is not verified, so it might not be true. But I saw somebody was saying that a lot of the crew on that Melania Trump documentary asked not to be credited.
Hmm.
Oh, I love it. What a
Terrible.
fucking joke. What an absolute fucking joke.
Well, what else is an absolute joke is the cost of living in London and the cost of food in London. Something happened to me this week, and this might be a bit controversial to bring it up on the pod because we are friendly with these people. But
Oh,
I went to. I don't know if I should say it or not. Should I say it?
well, you've come this far. You can't back out
Okay.
now.
I went to there's a new food hall in Leicester Square called, I think it's called Market Hall, but it's like one of those places, where you go into a food hall and they're like little kiosks and there'll be like 10 or 20 food
Hmm.
traders, a bit of everything. And there's one now right in the middle of Leicester Square, like near the Burger King side.
I think I know who you're going to say.
What, you want to have a guess?
Club Mix.
Yeah, Club Mexicana, who I'm a huge supporter of. They've traded at my events, our events, beer festivals, markets. I write about them. I've written about them maybe about 100 times on my blog. I went in to this market hall. I went with Hill and our friend Ivan, who is visiting from Sheffield and who used to work at Make No Bones. And I ordered nachos, and they had this vegan chicken and chips, like a kid's portion. This nachos, like I'm going to show you this plastic cup in my hand, right? That was about the length of the cardboard tray it was in, and it was a tiny little bit wider. So it was a small cardboard sleeve of nachos, and I had to pay extra to get the guacamole on it. And then the chicken and chips was a smallish portion. How much do you think that together costs in central London?
Well, now that you've done that preamble to it, I'm going to say £18.
Try 28 fucking pounds.
What?
Now,
How big was
okay,
the chicken and chips?
small, very small. Now, the nachos, right, were so small, like they were 12 pounds, but I had to pay £3.50 to get a scoop of guacamole on top. So it was £15.50. So the chicken and chips were like, I don't know, 13 pounds or something. I was so taken aback. And like, I'm not
But
one to
how big
normally,
was the scoop of guacamole?
not fucking, how big does it need to be to justify it?
Well, I was to say, you
Like if they
paid
brought it out in a
£3 for
fucking
it.
wheelbarrow, maybe I would have gone, oh, yeah, well, that's fair price.
Mm.
It was, well, knowing how fucking small the nacho tray was, it couldn't have been that big. It
Right,
wasn't
yeah.
like it was spilling over the fucking edge, right? And I know I'm swearing a lot, apologies, but I was so shocked. And like, I went over to pick, they give you one of those little buzzers. And so when it buzzes, you go and collect your order.
Mhm.
It buzzed, and Hill said, oh, do you need me to come and help you carry the food? And I said, oh, I should be okay. But if I need your help, I'll come back. I turned around fucking carrying one thing on each finger. Like it was like so tiny. And he was so shocked as well. And this isn't blaming Club Mexicana, but everything in that place was this same sort of price. They'd all price it accordingly to be in this place.
You
And
mean all the other food
all the other food
establishments that
traders,
had right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Hill bought a wrap from a Greek place that wasn't particularly big, and it was 16 pounds,
Mhm.
right? But what I got for what I paid was probably the most ripped off I've ever felt about food in my life. Like, it
Yeah.
was unbelievable. It's like, when you go to like a cinema or a concert and something's really expensive, or an airport, it was like that, but smaller than what you would get in those situations.
Mm.
And
I
I was
mean,
really shocked.
yeah, it's not necessarily Club Mexicana's fault. It's capitalist bullshit forces that we always talk
Yeah.
about. But I suppose if you're going somewhere like that in Leicester Square, that's what you're going to get.
So it's my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Are you telling me where
Consumer.
I went wrong, sir?
Mhm.
But have you noticed lately, like the hyperinflation that's going on in the world? It's not
Yeah.
just things go up a little bit. It's like if you go into the grocery store, things are twice the price of what they were like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, what did I pay in Sainsbury's the other day for not a huge bag, like a smallish bag of frozen blueberries? And it's like £3.50 or something. And I was like, well, how is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the cost of living is just ridiculous.
And like, how are you, like, I go into Waitrose because it's the nearest supermarket to me, and it's a large supermarket. And if I buy maybe a handful of things, like just 6 or 7 things, it's usually about £20.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to do that a couple of times a week, because I don't have a big refrigerator to store things,
Mm.
Another pet gripe of mine is how quickly fruit and vegetables seems to go rotten as well.
Mhm.
Like, you can't really keep like, I buy fruit and I cut it up and I freeze it because
Mm.
it goes rotten so quickly.
Yeah.
But, like, we've talked about it before on here, like the price of, like, oat milk. There was a carton of oat milk at the Cooperative, which is a supermarket chain, that when it first came out, it was 79p, and it is now, I think, about £2. So it's more than double. It's almost 3
I
times.
pay I I pay about £1. What do I pay? £1.50 for that oat
Oh,
milk.
do you?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's more expensive in central London.
Probably. Yeah. And I always, I've stopped drinking oat milk, because it's just so expensive and the prices keep going up and up. I used to be able to get brands that I think are like sort of more quality brands, such as Califia, Oatly,
Mm.
minor figures. I'd look for whatever one was on sale, and the sale price would be £1.50 a litre. But that
Mm.
is changing, and it's now £1.75 or £1.80 is the sale price.
Mm.
And yeah, I can't afford to pay these prices for these groceries. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, what's one thing that you've really noticed, apart from groceries, that over the last few years has skyrocketed in price?
Um, uh, Everything. I mean, it's hard to single out one thing. I feel like everything has gone up. I I mean, this is obviously a very first world problem to have, but the ceramic plant pots? If
Mhm.
you've got a house plant and you don't want to
Like
look at
this
the.
one in the behind
Yeah,
me?
exactly like that. So, like, that's fairly small ceramic pot cover is the
Mhm.
official title. Like, I can't believe the prices
Oh, yeah.
that places charge now. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
just
this would have
it's
been about
absurd.
25 quid or something, right?
Well, that one I think was about £9,
I
but
think
that
it was
was that
more.
was a
I
good
think it
few
was a
years
lot
ago.
more.
But is that the I can't see which I can't really tell from that angle which diameter
Yeah.
that is. But yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous, and it's because things go through about five different pairs of hands, and each time that happens, prices are typically doubled. So by the time it gets to the consumer, it's probably about 500% more than the actual cost of producing it.
Yeah, and, like,
Um,
I don't like you're saying, like, I don't blame Club Mexicana. Like, we are all in a system that is broken and is
mm.
barreling towards unsustainability. So, if Club
But it's not.
Mexicana
We're there already. It's not
yeah,
barreling towards it. It's fucking
well, if Club
mired.
Mexicana has a location in central London in the West End, it is, paying people to work there. It is
Hmm.
buying ingredients. It's paying a fee to the host venue. They probably like do an all-in price, or they have to
Or
pay.
yeah,
They have to pay business rates. They have to pay insurance. They have to like train their staff. All of
and the
this
cost of
going
the
on.
ingredients is going up and up and up all the time as well.
Yes. Yep. Like even something like cooking oil. The cost of cooking oil, especially a lot of these things post Brexit.
Mm.
Um, is unsustainable. So I know that for it to be a business where somebody makes money as well, like they're not doing it for charity. Somebody wants to make a profit. I know that the nachos have to be the size of a bee's dick, right? But it doesn't make me feel good as somebody who's struggling as a working class person to go in there and pay that money to have that and to support. I want
No,
to
I
support
mean
a vegan business as well,
for
you know?
£28 you could cook 5 times that amount of food at home. It's not.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Like nachos are not vegan chicken and chips is one thing, but nachos it's not that hard to put together, especially if you're not even including guacamole. If you're making people pay extra for that, and it's not. I'm not that I'm singling out Club Mexicana. This is the same across the board.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, it's gotten to the point where I barely eat out anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm trying to think the last time I actually went out and like sat down for dinner. But yeah, it's very rare these days because it's
Yeah, well,
just
I don't
prohibitively
do it.
expensive.
Yeah, I don't do it because of that, because I don't wanna walk away with a minimum of, like, I mean, I wasn't even eating out in a nice restaurant. I was sat in a food court.
Mm,
So, but going to a restaurant is a whole 'nother story. It's like 40, 50, 60 pounds
mm,
to go in there. Um, yeah, I don't have the money, and I found it really upsetting. I mean, Hill and I both came away from that experience feeling quite upset with ourselves as well for going through with it, but we had a friend who wanted to meet us who we hadn't seen in, like, years, and we were
mm,
like, "Okay, well, we'll do this." And instead of going to a bar, we thought, "Oh, we'll go to this food, everyone can get what they wanna eat. There is a bar
mm,
there if someone wants to have a drink." But it
mhm.
ended up, but the
Can
money we
imagine how
spent,
much the drinks would have been. So,
so the money we spent between us, like my almost 30 quid, Hill's 16, plus Ivan ordered food and he had, like, a drink. Like what are you looking at? Like 80 quid?
mm.
Like, to go. Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah, like
nonsense.
it's along a similar line, but I go to a pub quiz with some people from work once or twice a month.
Yeah.
And the pub we go to, this is not central London, this is out in the suburbs. And for a glass of wine, they charge, I think it's £13
No,
for
come
a
on, that
glass of wine.
no, that can't be true.
No, it's true. Like, I'm not fucking joking. It's outrageous.
Okay,
Um,
for anyone watching in Australia, that's about $26. I can't believe that.
it's true. I'll link to the fucking drinks menu in the show notes. But I mean, luckily we win the pub quiz most times, and so we have a bit of we have like rolling credit at the bar. Otherwise, I'm not going to pay £13 for a glass of wine. I
Are
can
you
buy a
that
whole
real
bottle of wine for like £7 in the supermarket or less if I go for a cheaper one. But yeah.
Are you that really annoying pub quiz team that is, like, known in there as the ones who always win and you wind everybody up?
Well, Sue, I wouldn't want to say that, but we do always win. Yeah.
Well, I can.
Now that I've said that, we probably won't win next week.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Is there anything you want to share before we go? I mean, we always say that people need to come along to our open mic, our queer open mic in London.
Hmm.
Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube or listening to it on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. I think we're about 4 away at time of recording. So it'd be really nice. Give us a little thrill and help us get us to
Just
100.
subscribe. Even if you never want to actually watch us again, just subscribe anyway.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And but you can also listen, or you might already be listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Our numbers are slowly creeping up there. Not really impressive numbers, but it's getting up. Anything else you need to say, Josh?
No, let's wrap up there. There are other things I wanted to discuss, but we can save that for next week. But yeah, do find out what I'm up to at Josh and the Jump Starts on Instagram. I'll update pub quiz results as and when they happen. And yeah, don't pay £3.50 for a scoop of guacamole. Just go and make it yourself at home. It's so easy.
Or do it if you're rich and you don't care.
Mm.
I bet Melania Trump wouldn't complain about having to pay $3.50 for guacamole.
Mm. All right, folks. We'll see you in your feeds this time next week. Hit subscribe and leave us a comment. And until then, take care.
See you next time. Stop listening to Nicki Minaj. Bye.